You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or "I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversation sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice, you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, And it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great.
No.
So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, J. Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's the right there, J. Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
labyrinth, streets be the maze. Hosts on the mic, carry case set in the blaze. Sagging, Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Harry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactics sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
What up? What up? What up?
Yo, how does my audio sound before we begin with this shit? Is there an echo?
Nah, I don't hear echo. It sounds pretty good.
Okay, cool. My bad. All right, Miles, what's going on, my brother?
Chilling, man, chilling, living life, doing the thing. What's going on? We got the Cunningham Elements. Make sure y'all go to Cunningham Elements to get your masculine identity, natural soap, natural luxury soap, man. You get your fragrances there, and you could pre-order your shea butter, and you could also get Cunningham soaps with the rose, the lavender, and the lemon mint would get you fresh. You feel me? Is that a new mic? That mic look fresh. That mic look new.
No, it's a older mic. When I say older, meaning I had it for about a month now.
Okay,
it's a newer mic, but it's old to me. You know what I'm saying?
Audio sounds fire out there. Yeah.
I've been making sure no more mishaps be happening.
Work on it. Hey, we all it's steps to everything, man. Fuck it.
That's what's up.
And levels to everything.
So my brother, how's your weekend going so far?
Oh, pretty good, man. Pretty good. Got up this morning, thankfully. Had a dope workout with my coach. Had a good breakfast, and now we're doing the show. So yeah, man. How about you?
I just want to point out. Well, nigga, I'm doing fabulous. Look. Let me tell you something. This morning I got up and I went and splurged on myself. I felt like a bad bitch for a day. You know what I'm saying? I had multiple bags under my arms and shit, walking out to this walking car, nigga, just beep bopping to the car, nigga. Anyway, yo, man, you got to treat yourself sometimes, bro.
For real.
Like sometimes you got to be like, you know what? I mean, I really don't need anything. I just want some shit today.
Exactly.
Just because. Now you got to be smart. But sometimes, guys, spoil yourself. Don't always wait until women come into your life to start treating yourself because the woman is there. Don't do that to yourself. All right. So what are we talking about today? Women see you differently than you see yourself. Guys, there's no video clips today. It's just this ism. That's it. Right? And the reason why I want to talk about this, Miles, real quick, Danny P with the $9.99 super chat. Grateful for this game. Salute to the panel. Class in session. Let's get it. Real quick, J. Roman will not be joining us today. The homie's under the weather. So salute to him.
Shout out to J. Roman.
But guys, real quick, before we do get into this shit, the number scrolling across the bottom of the screen right there where it says manhoodistheskillset.com. Masculine identity. I got to change that color, dog, so it can pop a little bit more. All right. 1-844-672-7300. Guys, you need to call before 1. I would suggest maybe 15 minutes before 1. Because at 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern, promptly, we out this bitch.
Facts.
Right? If you got questions, ask them fucking right now. Right? Straight up and down. Ask them right now. Don't vote. Yo. And can y'all, look, this is free. So can y'all really think about your question? Like, before you ask it, like, think it over, like, think it. Right.
It's a free call-in show too, guys.
There you go. For now. Right?
For now.
Guys, women see you differently than you see yourself. This is important. Miles, this is what I noticed that guys tend to do. and whether they realize it or not, whether it's conscious or unconscious, they try and convince the woman to perceive them in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what I mean by that is this. An example of this is when guys say, oh, not all women are like that. You can't say that to all women. But they want to say that. They just scared to say it to that woman. So
Right.
what they do is they try to control the perception of themselves in a woman's eye.
Right.
By pretending, oh, girl, I ain't pressed for sex. Look, we can get to know each other. I ain't even tripping on that shit. They try and act like that's the case, and they're trying to control the perception, you know what I'm saying, from the woman's vantage point of the type of guy, quote unquote, that they are. But what they don't realize, let me just say this, let me finish this point. What they don't realize is you trying to be the compassionate, understanding, accommodating guy. Women don't view you as that. They view you as a mark. They view you as a guy who is easily controlled by sex, and you're easily enamored with their beauty. Women, because women know what you're doing. Women know you want to fuck. So the moment you do anything opposite or contrary to that, they already know what you're trying to do. Miles, you want to speak to it?
Well, I'll say, women are beautiful creatures, and they can be complicated, but what makes them complicated is how they stay in the gray area. You understand? Meaning that they are like, their playground is emotions. You see what I'm saying? And so because they have a certain sensitivity to all ranges of emotions, they also have a certain they're very perceptive when it comes to how they feel and the energy that they receive from a person, especially a man. So you have to realize how specific it is, and then realize how women view you, realize the possibilities of how a woman may view you, realize that a lot of times a woman will take something small and magnify it. You understand? So for example, the average dude don't realize how much his body language might affect his presence and the power of his presence, or a lack thereof, right? So he don't realize that he's slumping his shoulders. He don't realize that he doesn't have enough bass in his voice. He don't realize that he sounds fidgety and nervous. He doesn't realize all these little cues, but the woman does. You understand? And the woman can see these things, and the woman can, like I said, they take these little cues, these little cues of, body language and just like different ways. Like if you don't know how to pause while you're speaking, you got some guys who they'll just keep talking like, hey, so what's up? How you doing? I just came over here to talk to you because it's a really nice day we're having. Where do you go for work? And where do you come from? Where's your family?
They don't observe anything. They have no observation skills.
Bro, they don't even let the bitch, they don't even pause and get a bitch a minute to answer the first question they ask.
Facts.
They just keep rambling because they're nervous and they figure any silence is awkward. So they just keep rambling. Mm-hmm. You understand? So a lot of guys don't realize this. They don't realize the perception. And this is why sometimes it's good. Guys say this and it might sound ridiculous, but sometimes it's good to practice your spiel, or your campaign. Shout out to Steve. Mm-hmm. And to practice it in the mirror. Or better yet, set up your camera phone or some shit or a camera and record yourself just to see how you look.
Bro, not only that, I would tell guys, you got a fucking computer in your hand called a smartphone. Voice record yourself and listen to how the fuck you sound.
Exactly.
Listen to the tone of your voice, right? Because, and you said something very important. What guys don't understand, when it's kind of like when you were in school, like maybe elementary, middle school, even high school to a degree, when you were told to get up and read a passage from the book or whatever the fuck, or your book report. Right? When you're nervous, people can tell that you're, not only can they see it, they can hear it in your voice. They can hear the shakiness. They can hear the lack of self-assuredness in your voice. They don't hear the passion, the assertion of you owning that. Yeah, I'm gonna read my shit. I want everybody to hear what the fuck I wrote. I know my shit is dope. They don't hear that type of energy coming from you. They hear that, man, I want to get through this as fast as possible.
Exactly.
So when they talk to women, they do the same thing. This is why they end up skipping steps. This is why for most guys, getting a woman's number is a victory because they got through their quote unquote spill and they got the number and they didn't get rejected. So now they feel good about themselves, but it's a false confidence because you never gave the woman a true chance to respond to what you really want. You know what I'm saying? Who you really are, right? So, and again, it comes back to women see you differently than you see yourself. Miles, I'll give you another example, my brother, real quick. Mark Tavius with the $9.99. Shout out to the Game Kings. I appreciate the wisdom and knowledge y'all drop. You guys help me out a lot. Let me say this real quick. Let me put that down. Hold on. God damn it, what the fuck am I doing? All right, so real quick, guys. Y'all know that the Game Kings 2, the definition of game, is still being sold, right? The game is still being told, right? But it's gonna cost you some chips, right? So you can go to Masculine Identity and get it, right?
MasculineIdentity.com. Make sure y'all go there and you could get Game Kings 2. Featuring the Game King K-Zag and 20. Dropping that heavy.
Yeah. Oh, I try. I mean, I do. I know a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I know a little about a little. I know a lot about a little. You know what I'm saying? Or a little about a lot. That's what I should say.
And by the way, it was shot on location in New York, K-Zagin's favorite city. So he was feeling himself. So make sure you check that out.
I was shopping for a shirt today. And it was a shirt and it said New York, big letters. I thought about you. I said I should buy this shit and wear this shit for the. No, let me tell y'all. I was thinking about this shit today. Let me tell y'all why I go so hard for New York. I was traumatized as a kid, right? So I used to live in England, right? And because my father was in the Air Force. And when we came back to the States, we flew in at JFK Airport. I think it's in Queens, right?
Yeah, JFK, Queens. Yep.
So we stayed at a hotel. Now, when we got there, it was early in the fucking day, right? I was 15 years old, brother. This nigga wouldn't let us out the hotel room. Bro, all I could do is look out the window and just see the busy streets below, nigga, and look at the skyline, nigga, pissed. You know what I'm saying? So I was traumatized, nigga. So when I got to New York, I was really excited, right? So anyway, let's go, nigga. Let's get it. Making up for lost time and shit. But no, when we talk about women see you differently than you see yourself, a prime example of this is when people kind of steal the lines that we say, right?
Exactly.
What they don't understand is they think words alone will control the perception of a woman or how they're perceived by a woman. They think mere words alone. This is why they ask shit like, what can I say?
Right.
Because they think words alone. They don't understand that the magnetism and the charisma and the self-assuredness and assertiveness and the command behind those words have to be present. Right? So Miles, I perceive myself to be a sexually appealing man, period. I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying, right? And I know this because I've had a lot of fucking sex and I've had a lot of relationships. See, notice, guys, I didn't say I just had sex. I said relationships too, right? Because a woman wanting to fuck you once or twice isn't the same as a woman trying to fuck you for life. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. So
no, that's a fact. That's a fact because truth be told, that's when the real game starts, when the relationship starts. But go ahead.
Yeah. So what guys don't understand is that when you use what people say, you think that, oh, the shit that Steve say, Fifth say, Miles, L say, or whoever else say, right? Because you view those guys and you have a perception of those guys, right? As confident, assertive men, kings of their kingdom, whatever. Right? So you feel like, oh, okay, well, if I say this, then I'll come off with the same cachet. Or women, no, because you're not that guy. You're not the man behind those words.
Right.
Okay? But the guy that you took those words from, he's that dude. You just, see, we can do the words of affirmation and say I'm that guy. You can say that all you want. Okay? And that, cool, you can do that. But until women start fucking with you for real, just words, my nigga. Go ahead. All right, hold on. The homie man. I know this nigga for 30 plus years. Adrian Williams, confidence is sexual attribute, fellas. Yes, it is. And there is a number of sit-ups. And there isn't a number of sit-ups or squats that can develop that. And that's facts. See, let me speak to that.
That's a Texan right there.
Yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? San Antonian, you know what I'm saying? so
Good,
let me say this. Yeah.
good day,
This nigga. So sit-ups and squats, all that does, it enhances your physical appeal.
Right.
And I want guys to understand the difference. Your body, it enhances your physical appeal. But sex appeal isn't always about how you look. Let me prove it to you. I remember, Miles, I seen this chick. Nice body. Sister, just thick in all the right places. She had on a form-filling like yellow dress, right? Like canary yellow dress.
Mm-hmm.
And she had on some heels. She had a nice body.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at her walk and I'm like, I can tell she's not used to wearing that shit she got on. She looked awkward. That shit don't look sexy to me. But she had a nice body. Okay, and don't let what I say go over your head, because I'm looking at this woman, although visually, I'm like, I like what I see, but her demeanor, she looks awkward. She doesn't seem comfortable. She doesn't seem self-assured because someone said, you should wear this, but it ain't her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think guys understand the power of that. When we talk about sex appeal, it's deeper than just how you look. But look, you know what do I know? What do I know? What do I know? I'm not a player. I just crushed a lot. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Pun. I'm saying RIP.
Hey guys, go ahead and call in. Go ahead and call in, guys. 844-672-7300. Go ahead and call in.
There we go. So, guys, if you got a question, put a Q in the chat. Look, we get off this motherfucker in 30 minutes. We'll give y'all an hour. Fuck 2. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice day out here in San Antonio. It's swimming with them.
I be trying to tell them that Saturday vibe is different.
My nigga, keep coming. There's a difference if you fuck the woman or you're fucking her. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. See, that's Adrian. Check this out. This is why when guys brag about all the women that they had sex with, that shit does nothing for me. That shit does not impress me, right? And Miles, what do we always do? Where they at now?
Exactly.
Where they at now? Look, let me just say this. And shout out to Ron Will, because he talked about this. If a woman ain't trying to duplicate you, nigga, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. If you've never had a woman in your life who wanted to duplicate you, who looked at you and said, I want a nigga that look like you to come out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Can you hear that?
Who got your attributes? Go ahead. I'm for real. Like, if you ain't never had that, bro, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
Let me see if I got what is this? Oh no, they got only 19 this one. All right, let me see if I could share this video real quick. Cause we want to talk about the stuff we're talking about. I want to share something real quick. It's Robert Greene talks about this. Can you see that?
Yeah, there we go. Let me add it to the stage.
Okay. And I'm gonna play it to make sure you can hear it.
All right.
And the math was rather insane.
Can you hear that?
I can hear it. Can y'all hear it, everybody?
I hope they can hear it.
And the math was rather insane. It was like,
put the one in the chat if y'all can hear it, just to make sure, because I don't want to. Sometimes, depending on who's doing the streaming, all right, they can hear it. Okay, all right. So let's. I'm gonna play this real quick for you. All right. So he's talking about this dude who allegedly smashed over 3,000 women in his lifetime. But let's play it.
And the math was rather insane. It was like at some point he had to be seducing a new woman every other day, something like that. And I was trying to figure out what was his secret. What made him so insanely seductive to women of all types, actresses, waitresses, you name it.
You talked about the rake. Can you describe the rake?
Yeah, I mean, I was a rake. I'm what you call a reformed rake, so I can speak from experience on that. And basically, my years of being a rake were in my 20s and pretty much early 30s, and then I stopped. But the rake is a man who has an intense interest in women. He understands them deeply. He's obsessed with women, and perhaps it comes from something relationship going with his mother. You know, we can analyze that as well. But he has this obsessive interest in them. He understands their spirit. He finds it very exciting to be around them. But one woman can never satisfy him. The only way he can get satisfaction is by constantly having new women in his life. That's how he satisfies this hunger. Because the moment that a woman becomes familiar, it kind of loses the edge that he wants.
Can you pause that?
Yes, sir.
Everything he described up until right now, that's exactly how the fuck I've always felt my whole entire fucking life. I felt that. This is why I don't do well in monogamous relationships for too long.
Right. Facts.
I can't do it. Go ahead, Tom.
A rake.
He loves the process of hunting the woman, of seducing her, of getting.
He loves the process, guys. That's very important. A lot of you don't like the process. That's what keeping your dick dry, because you don't like the process, right? A lot of, like, for example, if you want a 6-pack and you want big muscles, you want all that shit, but you don't want to go to the gym and lift heavy weight. So I mean, it's up to you.
Getting her to fall for him, and in those first few weeks, he showers her with attention. That's his power. He love bombs them.
Now we're not endorsing this. It's just a video, but we're not endorsing this. So just keep listening.
Real quick, I just want to say I don't love bomb women. I dick bomb them. No, that's it. That's what I do.
Exactly. Only gifts they're getting is
dick is a gift.
Facts. That's all they get. All right.
He's so excited about their world. He gives them gifts that show he's thinking about them.
He
takes them to exciting places. It's irresistible, right? And but the thing is, it can't last because he has to continually spread the wealth. He has to continually find new people to conquer. And in the book, I kind of profile some of the greatest rakes who ever lived. And one of them is the great classic Hollywood actor Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn was this devilishly handsome man. It didn't hurt, but he was also, in the end, people claimed that he had seduced or slept with about 3,000 women. And he died when he was 51, 52 from alcoholism.
Imagine that. He slept with 3,000 women and he died when he was 52. That's crazy.
When it comes to Errol Flynn, because I know who he is, I'm not gonna say I believe it or disbelieve it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it were true.
Right.
And so when I wrote the book, I kind of did the math on that. And the math was rather insane. It was like at some point he had to be seducing a new woman every other day, something like that. And I was trying to figure out what was his secret. What made him so insanely successful? Now,
this is the part that I brought this video up for. So I didn't bring it up for the love bombing and all that other shit. This is the part that I brought it up for. just so niggas can know. Because they'd be like, oh, you played that video the other day and I was talking about love bombing. Like, come on, take it easy.
So we good on the video?
No, this part right here. No, this part he's about to say, sorry. This part that's about to come up is is the real reason that I brought this video into the show.
Seductive to women of all types, actresses, waitresses, you name it. Of course, being Errol Flynn and having his reputation helped, but he also had a devilish edge that kind of scared a lot of women. But I read in one book that just being around, he was so comfortable with himself. He was so non-defensive. He was like an animal that was completely comfortable in his body. And it made the woman completely relax.
Okay, I hope everybody caught that. He was completely comfortable in himself, and it made the women relax around him. I'm gonna play that one more time.
That just being around, he was so comfortable with himself. He was so non-defensive. He
was comfortable with himself. He was non-defensive. Okay, so for the reason why it's important to notice that is that. I'll give you an example. Notice how when some guys call into the show, right? And they're telling us about their situation. And we say, all right, we got it. And then they try to keep talking. They try to keep defending. They try to keep giving details when we don't ask for no context. They keep trying, oh, well, you got to understand, well, she was a certain age and I had got her pregnant. And then we lived in a certain town and the sun was up and it was Tuesday. And when people keep talking like that is because they're being defensive, because they're not comfortable with the truth about their identity. I want you to understand what they're saying about this dude that smashed over 3,000 women. He was comfortable with himself and he was non-defensive. He never felt like he had to explain himself. That's how comfortable he was in himself. So this is why we talk about a masculine identity. This is why we talk about loving yourself and having game and believing in yourself and knowing that you're that guy.
Scared a lot of women. But I read in one book that just being around, he was so comfortable with himself. He was so non-defensive. He was like an animal that was completely comfortable in his body.
And another part that's important, he was like an animal that was completely comfortable in his body. The reason why it's important for you to understand the whole point of him saying that he was an animal, you got to understand that you as a man, a woman has to understand that you have the ability to bring harm and devastation, but you choose not to. You choose to be comfortable and calm and cool. Every woman wants a man that has the ability to defend and annihilate any opposition, but who chooses not to. So she knows you could fly off the handle. She know you could punch a nigga in the face. She know you could, you know what I'm saying? She know that you could fuck the shit out of her. She know that you could choke her. She know that you could bring her this close within the inches of her life. She knows this, but it's the control that you have over it. The comfortable control, the discipline. Exactly. Let me finish this shit. No, go ahead.
No, I just want to say, when we talk about comfortable in your own skin, see, guys think having a mouthpiece is about saying some fly shit. No, having a mouthpiece is about saying your shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The shit. So I'll give you a prime example. And I talked about this a couple times, right? You know, probably about, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was at a little strip spot, right? And I'm not a strip club nigga, but I was at a strip spot. Fuck it, right? And you know, when I go, you know, with the fellas and all that, I sit at the bar. I don't sit at the little pole and all that. I sit at the bar just, you know, doing my thing, right? This is when I was drinking. I don't drink anymore, right? But my point is this. So I'm sitting there, Miles, and I see this thick Latina joint just prancing around, right? And I'm like, that's my joint right there, right? So yeah, you know, prancing while shit is bouncing, right? So as she walking by, I'm just looking at her, and as soon as she look up, I do this, and she come over, right? And I don't want to make it a long convoluted story, but at some point when she sits down, she asked me to buy her a drink. And the exact words that came out of my mouth is, I ain't buying your shit, right? Just like that, right? I ain't buying your shit. And it wasn't about being mean. Mm-hmm. That's who I am, right? Mm-hmm. If somebody I don't know asked me to buy him something, who are you to ask me to buy you something? Right? But I'm not going to fight you or argue with you or be aggressive. Because I ain't buying your shit, right? Did she get up and walk away? No, she sat down. I basically let her know, I'm not going to be one of your customers. I'm going to be one of your lovers, right? So we end up exchanging contact information, and that was that. But my point is, in that moment, I'm not trying to seduce her or trying to be cool around her. I'm controlling the dynamic of the situation. And one of the things that I need her to understand out the gate is, that's not how we going to start off. Right. And that's all that is. Right. But again, she didn't get up. Okay. There was something about what I said that she liked, bro. She stayed the fuck right there. Being yourself. I guarantee you, she probably never had a nigga say that to her before. But go ahead, fam.
Shout out to Steve the Dean in the chat. He out there. Steve the Dean in the building. Check us out on The Real Game No Theory tomorrow at 12 noon. And let me just finish this. Let me finish this joint real quick because it's almost done.
It made the woman completely relaxed. This one woman said, I felt like I had drunk a couple of martinis and I hadn't, just by being around him, you know? And so the rake has this kind of undefended.
You see, so understand what he just said too. She said she felt like she drank a couple martinis just by being around him, and she hadn't. So see, a lot of guys need, first of all, they need liquid courage, right? And then they need to give women alcohol to lower their inhibitions. But imagine if you become the alcohol.
Yep.
You understand? This is the type of game that we always be trying to show y'all. Like instead of a bitch making, you know, treating you as if you're a second option, you have to become the first option, right? Instead of bringing a bitch flowers, you have to become the flowers, right? Instead of and what do I mean by that? You look at flowers. Flowers is a gift. It's something pretty to look at, and it's something beautiful to smell, right? So what do you want to do as a man? You want to embody that, where you are good to look at and you smell good when she comes close to you. That's the flowers. So that's what you want to become. And by the way, you can go to Cunningham Elements and get your masculine identity eau de parfum so you can smell like $1 million when you meet the chick. You see what I'm saying? But that's something else, right? But I'm just saying, you want to, all of the things that you would buy for a bitch, you want to be it.
That's what I'm saying.
You understand? And that's the thing. You know, the bitch said, I felt like I drank a couple of margaritas or martinis, but I hadn't. but it was just from being in his presence because he was so relaxing. He made me feel a certain way.
Relax.
Let me say this real quick, Miles. Stop trying to be what a woman says she wants and be what she needs and desires. Right?
Facts.
Shout out to him. She found him intoxicating. Guys, women can literally be hypnotized by your physical presence. Women can literally just be, Miles, and I know you had a woman just look at you in amazement. Just like with dreamy eyes.
Facts.
You're like, look at this bitch. All right, but go ahead, fam.
Like, I've been on a couple of days like that.
Relax. This one woman said, I felt like I had drunk a couple of martinis and I hadn't, just by being around him, you know? And so the rake has this kind of undefensive quality. He's like this natural animal that exudes this energy, kind of like how the siren is.
So yeah, I'll cut that right there. But guys, play that back if you missed it, man. Play that back if you missed it. But it's about being very comfortable in yourself. It's about being so confident and so non-defensive. You know, a lot of you guys are out here on dates. Y'all defending shit. You understand? A chick will see, you know, and that's how you sound smooth. That's what a lot of guys don't understand. They be like, how do I sound smooth? You see, the average nigga, right? Let's just say he wore a green shirt, right? And the girl on the date says some shit to him like, oh, well, you know, what made you choose that green shirt? Well, the average nigga would look at the girl and be like, what do you mean? You don't like it? You don't think I look good in this color? What's the matter? Like, when another nigga who's totally comfortable, he'll be like, oh yeah, green's my color. Yeah. When I put this on tonight, I was like, yo, this shit is smooth as fuck, and it's gonna make me look like that nigga. You understand?
I got a story after you. I got a story to go with.
You know what I'm saying? So that the dude who got the game, he gonna sound smooth because there's nothing that she could say to make him feel like he want to explain himself or defend himself. There's nothing to defend because I'm already winning. That's the mentality that you got to have. But it takes a little while for that type of mentality to click. But you got it, Kay.
No, I remember one time, dog, I met this chick, and when I introduced myself, of course, I said, you know, my name is Carrie. She was like, Carrie? She was like, do you have like a middle name or something or a nickname? I said, yo, my mother named me Carrie, so that's the name you're going to refer to me as. Period. Pretty much. But I did it with some class. I did it like, because I'm thinking to myself, bitch, that's what I'm thinking, right? But I'm not mad at it. I'm just like, okay, so I see I got to check her real quick.
Right.
But when guys think when checking a chick, it requires some type of aggression.
Right.
No, it doesn't. All it requires is some assertiveness and some understanding. That's all it takes, bro. And look, guys, when we talk about the title, and see that video right there, right? That video right there. A lot of guys, you spend too much time trying to control the woman's perception of you, right? And women do the same thing. This is why we tell people, this is why not when we tell people, but when you hear people talk about, oh, you're introducing people to your representative.
Right.
That's you trying to control the perception, your perception of you or how others perceive you, right? Right. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just going to present my authentic self, and either you fucking with it or you're not. And let me just say this real quick. Like I do see some ladies in the house. Let me say this. Guys, when women tell you, I ain't that kind of girl, we got to be friends first, you know, we got to date for a while, anything like that, any variation, they're trying to control how you perceive them, right? Because they don't want you to view them in a certain way when it comes to sex. So they'll say certain things to get you to not view them in a way that you might be thinking, right? The problem with a lot of you goofy motherfuckers is you're too influenced by the woman because you want to be in. See, here's the thing. She wants to be perceived a certain way, and because she's acting that way, you're buying into it. So now you're going along with it. So it's almost like you're buying into the lie, and you're adding to it with your own lie. Like, oh, okay, she acts okay. So let me not let her know I want sex now because she's different. No, she's not, bro. Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, Miles. You got it.
No, yeah, man. It's the perception thing is huge. And I'll say that, and I'll say this too. It could work the other way. It could work the other way where a lot of times, because again, we don't control attraction necessarily, right?
No, we don't.
So a lot of times you may be in a situation and you ain't even really like you not that you have low confidence, but you're not even really thinking about it like that. You're not even on it like that. You're just going about your business, going about your day, right? And a chick will pull up on you, or you'll meet a chick and she will just be enthralled and you may not even fucking notice it. You understand? But she's like on you. You understand? And she thinks everything about you is just the shit. And so you got to be careful with that too. And this is why it's about self-mastery and self-awareness. You understand? You have to be socially aware. You got to know what's going on around you. And from that perspective, you got to know how to use it to your advantage, because it even works with other colleagues, with your colleagues, with male friends and colleagues. Right. Yes. Sometimes when you are around your homies, somehow you're the one that's always planning shit. Right. Or when you with your homies, somehow you're always the one that makes the tiebreaker choice. Like either we going to the club or we going to the blah, blah, whatever. Like, oh, yeah, we going wherever Miles want to go because such and such and such and such. Like, you need to understand certain things about your constituents and your peers.
Well, that's trusting your judgment.
Right.
That nigga always put us in winnable positions. If a nigga's always putting you in winnable positions, we riding with this nigga. Like, why would you do the opposite?
Like I remember we had me and Lucario growing up in Brooklyn, we had an OG, and I remember he used to put us in situations to win. Mm-hmm. And like I remember one time we went to this poetry, and I might have told the story before. I went to we all went to this poetry reading, and towards the end of the reading, where everything let out, the OG looked at me. He was like, "Yo, Miles, go tell that group of girls, them group of girls over there, tell them I need to speak to them." And bro, I didn't even realize what the fuck was going on. Shout out to my OG. I ain't even gonna call his name on that like that, because he in politics now and shit. So but that's my OG for real. But the nigga, I didn't know what was going on. I really thought he had to talk to them. Like I was really just on some messenger shit. Like, oh yeah, let me go give this message to this group of girls because my OG said to do that. Right. So I go over to the girls. I'm like, hey, excuse me, ladies, hold on. And it just so happened that he had said a poem that evening too. He did a segment on the open mic part, and the women was loving it too. But anyway, so I guess that was a part of the mystique as well. So shout out to him. He set everything up. I had no fucking idea. I swear to God. But anyway, so I go over there. Hey, ladies. My homie over there. He want to talk to y'all real quick. Hold on for a second. And they stopped. And so upon stopping, I started talking to one of the chicks. Mm-hmm. And here's the crazy part.
He got you. I see it now.
Shout out to the OG, bro. He knew what it was. He knew what it was. And here's the cool part. Once I stopped him, he didn't even rush over.
He just let you do your thing.
He's let me do my thing, and he stayed talking to some other people. And then maybe like minutes later, like maybe 4 or 5 minutes later, then he walked over to the group of girls. By this point, me and this one chick, we was just already rapping, like hard body, exchanged numbers already and everything. You see what I'm saying?
And they waited. They waited while you occupied them, right? And he said, all right, now I'm going to go ahead and make my grand entrance like the player that I am. And they waited. And see, most guys would have been like, man, I got to hurry up and get there. They might leave. He like, man, I ain't worried about that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and again, I bring that up to show you the example of a man who, because look, let's be clear, guys. It could have went another way. It definitely could have went another way. I could have went over there and I could have said, hey, ladies, my friend say he want to talk to y'all real quick. Hold on for a second. And they all could have been like, fuck that. We out. We gone. We got to go do something. And just left. It could have went that way too. Don't get me wrong. You see, here's the thing, guys. A lot of times when people tell stories and it goes a certain way, you tend to think, oh, well, it's because your homeboy had a jawline, or it's because your homeboy was good looking, or it's because your homeboy had looks, money, and status. I'm just telling you the story the way it fucking happened.
Exactly.
So what I'm telling you is that at any point in time, when you have confidence, you can do things. You can say things. You can set things up. And with a certain level of confidence, there's always a probability that it won't work a certain way, but there's a probability that it will.
And Miles, and I'm glad you said that, because we have no way of knowing exactly why them chicks waited.
Exactly.
Now, we can assume that there was a level of intrigue, a level of curiosity, some anticipation, a little excitement, right? Because maybe they never had a nigga say, let me just say this, maybe they never had a nigga do that before. And then the nigga waited. So they're like, man, I'm curious what's going to happen. Right? And then through the process of just waiting, it just transpired how it did. But here's the thing, though. Like you said, you didn't know and he didn't know what was going to happen exactly. But you don't know until you go and do it.
Facts.
That's it. It's not about the outcome. It's about the action being taken. It's not about the outcome. Because even if it would have went another way, you probably would have did it again some other time and it would have went the same way. Right.
Exactly. The bottom line is having the confidence to do it in the first place. You understand? That's the bottom line. And again, what made it, I think what made it effective was that I didn't know that I was going over there to really holler. I didn't know that. I was literally, and again, I bring all this up to let you understand the mindset. A lot of you guys, when you go out to talk to women, it shows on your face. Oh yeah, I'm trying to find me. You know, I'm desperate, or I'm hoping upon hope if I could find a chick to holler at tonight and blah, blah. Go ahead, Kate.
No, I want to say a point. I want to get a little bit deeper. And you already know, but I want to get a little deeper with what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
When he told you, and this is the psychology behind doing shit. When
Right.
he told you to go over there, tell him I want to holler at him, he immediately took you out of the frame of thought of thinking about sex.
Right.
He took that away from you. So when you went over there, you were able to have a fluid conversation because you wasn't thinking about fucking.
Regular shit. I swear to God.
Regular shit.
It was because thinking back, I totally understand it now. But when it happened, I was literally just a messenger boy and I didn't consider nothing.
Yes.
I didn't consider shit. I just, hey, ladies, my man over there, he said he want to talk to y'all real quick. Just hold up for a second.
I want guys to play that shit back. When Miles was talking about his OG the whole time, because that right there that's the key, is being able to approach women that you are visually and sexually attracted to and just have a regular conversation.
Just have a regular conversation.
That's it.
I'm telling you.
But not a friendly, platonic. No.
No.
That's not what we mean. But go ahead, brother.
No, and bro, some of my best experiences, most of my best experiences as far as approaching and meeting women has been when I'm not even in that mindset.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, I remember not too long ago, I was at the movie theater. And you know, some of these movies, I went to a movie theater that had a bar. You know, some of these movie theaters have a bar. You understand? So I went to go get a drink or whatever. And the chick pulled up next to me at the bar while I was waiting for homie to finish mixing or whatever. And I was just like, I swear, I ain't even really see her until I turned to look at her.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh, so what you here to see? You understand what I'm saying? Like, just regular
shit.
At a movie theater. What are you here to see? And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm here to see this. And I was like, oh, cool. Oh, all right, cool. You know, have you seen that? You know, I know a lot of people that's seen it a couple of times already. Is this your first time seeing it? Oh yeah, I've seen it. And then she's asking me, so you know, what kind of drink are you getting? And
you see,
back to bullshit. And then she said something that opened it up, and I was like, she said, I said, do you have good seats? And she was like, well, you probably think you better than me because I'm in my seat is in this row or whatever. And I said, you know what? Actually, I am. I don't even think I'm better than you. I am better than you because my seats are here. You see what I'm saying? And we just both started laughing and joking. And
see what I'm saying, Miles? The average
like,
nigga wouldn't have said that.
The average nigga would have been like, "Oh, of course not. I'm not better than you. Why would I think that?" And I'm like,
he
"No,
would have tried to elevate her. No, of
exactly."
course not. No.
I was like, you know what? You're right. I am better than you. I was like, I am better.
I love it. I love it. That's some real nigga shit.
You see what I'm saying? But again, the mindset wasn't, yo, I'm hoping and praying for something to bring back to the like. Come on, it ain't even about that. 205, you're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. You got your host K Zag and we got Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yo, what's up, fellas? It's Stefan from Birmingham, 31. How are y'all?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Good to hear from you. How you doing?
Hey, what's good, man? This is Holiness in the chat, but shout out to both of y'all. So, just a quick question to what you were talking about, Miles.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So, if you're in that moment, wouldn't the woman be able to tell, like, if I'm attracted to a woman that I'm making regular conversation with, wouldn't she be able to feel the energy that I'm buying? Like, I'm talking about regular stuff, but my intentions are really to get with her? Or how do you prevent yourself from giving her that energy if that's what my real intentions are, but I'm being in the moment by discussing kind of where we are? That is a loaded question. I can break it down, but
why would you conceal that? What I mean by that is, if she thinks that, let her think it.
No, what I'm saying is, in there being like if she feels that way, wouldn't she?
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Do you know what sexual tension is? Do you know what sexual tension is?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna break down. Listen. I'm gonna break it down to you. Sexual tension is unspoken. It's an unfulfilled physical act. So what it means is, when you have a man and a woman in each other's physical presence and they start talking, even though neither one of them are saying anything sexual, they both know it's in the air. Like, she knows you want to fuck her and you know she wants to fuck you, but nobody's acting on it, but it's already there. So you're just chilling, just talking regular because you already know it's there. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. So to that point, and I'm not hollering at coworkers or nothing, but one time I got accused of flirting. Never complimented her, never did anything like that. Is the mere fact of holding conversation with, or elongated conversation with the opposite sex, does that come across as building sexual tension? Or
no. Guys, real quick. Sexual tension. No. Hold on. Holiness. I can't call you that. I got H. I'm gonna call you H. Nigga.
Yeah.
Hold on, bro. No, hold on, real quick, bro. You can't predict. You can't plan or predict sexual tension. It doesn't work that way, right? So just because you want to fuck a chick, that doesn't mean that when you walk over there and start talking, she's instantly gonna feel your energy like that, right? And the reason why I say that is because most guys, they have no sexual disposition in their demeanor at all, right? They don't have no sexual flirtatiousness to their conversation at all. So how a woman gonna pick up on it? Go ahead, Miles. Go ahead, fam. My bad.
Well, here's the thing I want to tell you about, caller. Now, did you get a chance to see the video that we played earlier with Robert Greene?
Yeah, I've been watching the whole time.
Okay, great. So, what the thing is again, being comfortable, being confident. The problem,
non-defensive.
Right. The problem with the average guy is that when he is approaching a woman, he is low key and maybe subconsciously ashamed of the fact that he wants to fuck her.
That's true.
Wait. And even if he's not ashamed, internally, he's ashamed at what her perception might be towards the fact that he wants to fuck her. You understand that? Or
Yes,
to
sir.
take it a step further, he might be ashamed about what society at large thinks about the fact that he wants to fuck her. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
So the key is, and this is why we talk about the numbers game. This is why we talk about approaching, a certain amount of women, every day or whatever, or more often, and to make it a lifestyle, because you want to become so comfortable and confident with the truth of who you are as a man. So that means when you step to a woman, you are not thinking. Here's how comfortable you want to be with it. No, wait. Listen. Here is how comfortable you want to be with it.
Mm-hmm.
That even you yourself forget that you trying to fuck.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I do. That's exactly what I was finna ask. Like, is it almost like it's understood that this is what I want automatically, so I don't even have to. So I don't have to verbalize, "Hey, I want to fuck you."
I'll put it another way. I'll put it another way. The woman or the women you are interacting with in those moments, they should know and feel beyond a shadow of a doubt. I know this nigga want to fuck me. I know he's attracted to me. I know I make his dick hard. I know I do. I know he's feeling me, but he's not goofy about it. So I can tell he's feeling me, but I can also tell at the same time he don't give a fuck about my pussy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? It's like a balance where you're emanating the same energy simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? Where she understands. I'm definitely interested, but bitch, I ain't impressed. I ain't sweating you like that.
Look, I'll give you an example, caller. I'll give you an example. Not too long ago, I was in the supermarket, right? And I saw this. Right. I saw this very top heavy something walking through the wine section, right? So I pulled up next to her, and I was like, "Hey, what kind of wine you looking for?" And she was like, "Oh, well," she was like, "I'm not really sure." And then I said to her, "Are you looking for something sweet?"
That's right, or bitter.
Right? No. And look, listen. Like, and again, this ain't me trying to brag. This is not me trying to brag. Let me finish the story. So she looks at me and says, "You know what? I'm good. I think I'll find it. I think I'll find it by myself." And I said, "All right, cool. You have a good day." Now, was that a rejection or what? I didn't even let it get that far because I'm just having a regular conversation. If you think you could find the wine that you want on your own, then so be it. Fine. I came over here to help you find some sweet wine. But if that's not your pleasure, then I'm good for the rest of the day. You have a nice day and we out.
Hey, Miles is like, what did I say?
Exactly, right? Like,
I see what you're saying. You're saying like, in her mind, the mere approach of you, she automatically
she knew what that nigga meant.
Like you said, you hadn't even got to that point.
She knew what that nigga meant.
You haven't.
I knew what that nigga meant. She knew, but see, the way he put it, nobody can accuse him of nothing. I just said, you looking for something sweet.
You looking for
I was gonna get to something bitter, but she didn't let me get to that.
I got a white wine for you right here.
Yo, because if you're looking for something sweet, I know exactly where to take you. Like, I know exactly what you need. But again,
girl, I've been eating pineapples, girl. I got all you need. I got all the sweet wine you need, girl.
Exactly. So again, it's just like the topic of the show. Women see you differently than how you see yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, and here's a beautiful part too about a masculine identity. Sex is a part of the masculine identity because remember, no matter what none of these niggas across the street say, we are the gatekeepers to sex because unless the dick gets hard, there is no sex happening. You understand? So my masculine presence, see, again, and this is why the masculine identity and all the things that we talk about is so important. The sexual component of your identity is always there. So I could have a regular conversation with you. I can have a regular conversation with you. And it could either lead to sex or it doesn't have to lead to sex. But because my masculine, with my masculine presence, sex is included. Just like batteries are included, sex is included.
That's right.
Yes.
And a bitch in her right mind knows it. So if she is down, she will respond correctly. I gave her a clear fucking. Hey, what kind of wine are you looking for?
You gave her a clear pathway, right?
Yes.
What kind of wine are you looking for? Oh, I'm not sure. Are you looking for something sweet?
And Miles,
I think I'll find
it as you intended. She took it as you intended.
That's what I'm saying.
Real quick, I want to speak to that. I want guys to understand something. When you meet women for the first time, all you're trying to do is convey a message. That's it. What she does with that message is up to her. You can't worry about it. Miles did his job. He conveyed it. When she said, "I think I'll find it,"
that's why I
knew that was a sexual. Hold on, listen, brother. Listen, stop talking. Don't talk. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen.
Yeah, listen, bro.
When Miles said what he said, she took it as a sexual innuendo. That's exactly how she took it. So when she said, I think I'll find it on my own, he was like, it was kind of like he probably laughed to herself, bitch, you know what I meant. And her response was what it was. So what Miles didn't do was play himself and try and continue the conversation only for her to harshly reject him.
Exactly.
Now, go ahead, brother.
Right. No, so I was saying is that what you guys preach as far as when you're saying, hey, you don't really have to, it's not verbalized. Like you can be, I guess you should use the word discreet, or you can convey a message through other words without being direct. Meaning he didn't go up to her.
No, I don't. Stop right there. I'm not gonna let you. Nope. I preach being direct. Miles wasn't being indirect. She knew what the fuck he meant. I think guys to understand that. She knew what he meant. He conveyed him. That's shout out to his masculine identity. He was being himself in that moment, and he understands. See, guys, real quick, I want guys to understand. When you understand, and Miles, you alluded to it earlier, when you understand that your sexuality, who you are sexually, is tied to your masculine identity, you wear that shit on your sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anytime you interact with women, it's there. So what Miles said, what he said, the sexual component of who he was came out. You don't gotta be X-rated. You don't gotta say no raunchy shit to a bitch to get your point. He got his point across. Exactly. Her response was exactly what he needed to know. She ain't fucking with it. She don't want no sweet wine. Let me go to a chick that wants some sweet wine. That's all he's doing. I'm offering some sweet wine to these bitches today. That's it.
So verbal, being verbally direct is not the same as being direct. So what I'm referring to is like an innuendo. To me, the whole "would you like sweet wine?" that's an innuendo, and I'm not trying to intellectualize. I'm just trying to understand it. But to me,
okay. Real quick. I think you don't understand the depth of things, and I'm not trying to insult your intelligence in any way. I just want to point out something. Maybe you do, but other people might not understand. It's not just the words that Miles used. It's how he used the words. It's also how he showed up. His essence is everything. It ain't just the words. It's everything. Because another guy could have been like, "Oh man, mom, you need help? Are you looking for some wine? Maybe something sweet." She wouldn't have took it as sexual.
Right.
She took it as sexual because the way that Miles put it.
And they said
it. Again, caller, there's a difference between, like I said, being comfortable and not. You understand? The average dude is not comfortable even saying what I said. Because and again, I didn't ask her if she wanted sweet wine. I said, "Are you looking for something sweet?"
There you go.
Right.
Notice my word. I chose my words very carefully. And the thing is, I'm comfortable with the way I choose my words. So again, because I chose my words carefully, because I approached her a certain way, because I was calm and cool, she was able to be calm and cool with however she wanted to respond. You see what I'm saying? Because women are mirrors. They reflect what you give them. So I gave her calm, cool. I gave her sexual. I gave her innuendo. I gave her whatever. I gave her what she wanted, and she was able to make up her mind in that moment without having to feel any type of way. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And I tell that story on purpose because I don't want y'all niggas to ever think we're trying to sell y'all snake oil. That every fucking girl that you talk to and think, oh, as long as you think masculine identity, every girl you talk to is gonna want to fuck with you. No, like I said, she wasn't with it, and that's fine. But like K-Zag said, I got my point across perfectly, and there was no disrespectful nonsense or interaction. You get what I'm saying? Where a lot of other cats would have been on some, so can I help you? Can I help you find something else in the store? What you trying to do? And like trying to push the issue. And that's when the bitch gonna have to get belligerent and be like, listen, leave me alone. I'm not interested, okay? Like, and then that's when you feel rejected. That's when you feel stupid because you wasn't picking up on the cues in the first place. Because my shit is built into the hello.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like like if I'm attracted to a woman, my offer of dick is built into the hello. How are you, my nigga?
I'm coming out the gate hot, nigga. I'm hot out the gate. I'm hot. This is what I'm saying. This is what guys don't understand. When you are not only a sexually confident man, when you are just a self-assured man overall, I'm coming out the gate with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be over the top or aggressive with the shit, right? And let me just say this real quick. Miles, how long did that conversation take? 10 seconds?
30 seconds, not even.
30 seconds?
Probably 10 seconds. You're right. Probably 10 seconds. Yep.
So, you see, guys, in 10 seconds, this man knew the answer he was not the answer looking for, but he understood that the chick didn't want the sweet tasting wine he was offering. He knew this in 10 seconds. Yeah, a lot of y'all, like you said, they would have been, I'm not thinking about that, girl. I'm not talking about real wine. That's how some niggas would have did it. They would have switched it up and try and back down from how she's responding. Because a lot of guys, once a woman responds a certain way, they'll back down from it. You know what I'm saying? No, you double down on it.
That's a defensive, exactly.
Yep. So there you go. Go ahead, Colin. You got any other questions?
No, man.
You saving this show, bro. Because if you didn't call when you called, I'll already end this shit.
Oh no, man, no. We had to get it stirred up. Nah, but mainly, I think I understand that it's not just in the actual words themselves. It's the presence of who you are, how you present yourself.
Yeah, now you're cooking with fish grease.
Exactly.
The actual words themselves mean nothing. It's the man behind it.
Yep.
Always the man behind it. The words mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is why. Let me tell you how. Real quick. Let me tell you how unimportant words really are in the grand scheme of things. And this is where guys fuck up. 99% of guys fuck up doing this. Guys think that when they very first meet a woman and they're casually dealing with women, they think they can tell women, I'm not looking for anything serious, but still introduce non-sexual activities. Like, I'm not looking for anything serious, but I'm spending the night. Oh, I'm not looking for anything serious, but I'm taking showers with the bitch. I'm not looking for anything serious, but I'm doing Netflix and chilling, right? Sometimes without the sexual feeling, right? And guys are doing all of this extra shit and while telling women, I'm not looking for anything serious, and then guys are confused. Man, I already told her I'm not looking for anything serious. Nigga, she ain't listening to you. She's following your actions.
Right.
Your actions tell a story about you, right? And they tell women how far they can get with you or how far they think they can get with you. Your actions, your words mean nothing. When we talk about being consistent, that's what we mean about consistency. Your words should match your actions and vice versa. And for most men, it doesn't. And that's why you have trouble with females all the time.
So, Cola, you say you had a question? You had another question?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So sometimes if you are direct with your words, like, hey, girl, I want to fuck the shit out of you, that can come across as creepy. Am I understanding this correct? Like if you don't have the presence that you presented, Miles, in the wine section, but you're coming across with just straight up, hey, I want to fuck the shit out of you. Take my number. That can come across as creepy as opposed to as you presented yourself. Like I could say 30-word essay in 2 words with, would you like some sweet, or 3-word? You know what I'm saying? So it's using those words conveying, yeah, you know you want to fuck her, but if you're saying that directly in that moment, would that come across in y'all experience as creepy to a woman?
See, that here's the thing. Here's the thing, Caller. Here's the thing, Caller. This is your entire issue. The fact that you are worried about how she's taking it, that's what I'm trying to tell you about as far as concerning the video. You are not comfortable, my brother. You are not comfortable because you're still worried about how she might take it. The fact that you're asking this question, it shows that you are not comfortable. It shows that you are worried about her perception of you. And that's the part that's going to make you unattractive to females. You see what I'm saying?
My bad. Go ahead.
Right. Yes, sir.
So let me say this. I don't care how women feel about what I said. I only care about the action that they take after the fuck I said it.
That's it.
Right? That's all I care about. I care about the action that they take after I said what I said. I don't care about how they feel about it. So if a woman feels offended or upset, that means she's not taking the action I need her to take. So what the fuck I care about how she feels or thinks about it? How does that help my bottom line? Right? If I'm trying to sell you something and you don't want to buy it, what the fuck we talking about? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So my point is, y'all care too. I want y'all to understand something. Please, these women that you're meeting, it's not your girlfriend, your fiance, or your wife. These are random women whom you don't know. These are perfect fucking strangers. Why in the fuck do you care what a stranger thinks?
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to think about that. Why? Because she got a pussy and you want to fuck her? Is that why you care?
Caller, why are you so concerned with if it comes off as creepy?
Well, because if I'm presenting, I guess I'm thinking about the words themselves being like what's acceptable in society.
Wait. What's acceptable to who? Hold on, back up. What's acceptable to who?
Well, to the woman that I'm talking to in public, right? So I'm in public, like, I guess I'm not used to talking like that. You know, like I'm used to being very indirect or until like you get in private. You know what I mean?
Bro, what are you talking? This nigga.
Yo, you a grown ass man, dog. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about, my nigga? Are you a church boy or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why. You on some you probably been sexually repressed your whole fucking life. So you giggle every time somebody say the word pussy or something.
Nah,
like, that's not correct. You're supposed to say vagina. That's the correct word. Don't use words like vajayjay. Don't do that.
That might not be
or her hole. No, don't do that. Anyway, let me stop. Caller, how do you think one night stands happen? Do you know people are always talking sexual to each other all the time? Or at least it's strongly implied every day of the week. Caller, if you go to a bar, go to any bar on any day of the week, especially if it's doing numbers. I guarantee you at least 2 people in that bar who just met are fucking that night. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
At least 2 people, if not more, in that bar are who they just met for the first time that night and they fucking that night. People fucking when they first meet is very common. It's not rare. It might be rare for you. It might be uncommon for you, but it's not rare and uncommon.
Right.
It's an everyday thing out this motherfucker.
Right.
No, I'm not denying that actually happens. I'm not denying that it happens. It's just what I'm saying
it don't happen to you though. That's what I'm saying.
Now, what you're saying is what, caller?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like coming up to a woman and saying that, like, I get it, I'm with it, I'm for it. But coming up to a woman and saying that to me would, like you said, it would make me uncomfortable.
Exactly. So that's why you can't say it. You can't say it.
Yeah, man. It's well, but you can learn it. I can learn it.
No, you can't.
But see, caller, this is what y'all think. Y'all think y'all can learn words. You got to learn yourself.
Caller, you know what you would be better off saying? You would be better off saying, hey, girl, you know, in the Bible, they says man and woman need to become one flesh. You understand? Men and women need to become. That's the type of shit you need to say. Don't fucking say nothing about fucking. Say that men and women need to become one flesh. That's what I read in the Bible. That's what you need to do.
There you go. And speaking of that, Miles, let me just say this, caller. Let me say this.
Caller. What the fuck do you mean come across? Who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Come across. What are you talking about?
No, you just said become one flesh.
Yeah.
That's referring to marriage.
Okay.
No, but you said that it comes across as what?
As marriage, the same word. That's what I said.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to explain to you, my bro. You take everyone else's perception of your words more seriously than you do your own. That's why you would never be able to attract a woman with your words, because you don't care about what you think about your words. You care about what everybody else thinks about your fucking words. That's what makes you unattractive. Nothing else.
And let me say this real quick to second what Miles is saying. Y'all need to start acting like your physical presence is important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you need to act like your words mean something. And the reason why your words mean something is because of the type of man that's saying those words and how serious you are about those words that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys, y'all approach women like y'all are second-class citizens.
Right.
Like I'm serious. Y'all approach women like y'all are second-class citizens. And like, you know what, ma'am, I don't want to offend you. I don't want to upset you. I'm just gonna, what do I gotta do so you're extremely comfortable? Like, that's how y'all act around women.
Right.
Like they're porcelain dolls and shit. Let me just say this, and I want y'all to understand something. A lot of you guys who are listening right now, and I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm trying to make a point with what I'm about to say.
Mm.
A lot of you guys right now who are listening are late bloomers in a sense. You didn't start having sex until you were in your 20s. Some of y'all probably mid-20s or even later. And I'm not making fun of nobody. I'm trying to make a point. Let me go back to women. So imagine if you are a 27-year-old guy and you just started really having sex and dating at the age of 23, 4 years. You dealing with a woman who's your same age, but she's been getting hollered at since she was in fucking middle school. She has a 10-year head start on you.
Facts.
Guys, I need you to understand, a lot of you guys, women have a 5 to 10-year head start on you. You can't fool these bitches.
That's a fact.
They see you niggas coming. Women will play dumb on purpose. Now, there are some women who are kind of, their IQ level is really low. But for a lot of women, they're not dumb. They see you coming, and all they're doing is playing a role, because when you approach them with all of that, I got to treat her with kid gloves. She was like, oh, I see how he views sex. Let me give him what he came for. He thinks I'm a certain way. I don't want to upset his ideal or illusion of me. Let me play into and lean into that shit for him. And then you get mad at the woman. You set yourself up to be played because of how you came at her. Go ahead, caller.
No, man, I'm soaking up what you're saying, man. It's a lot to learn, a lot to unlearn, a lot of behaviors to adjust.
Man,
but,
the Bible is a lot to learn, but you learn that shit. So,
well, it was kind of beat over my head, Miles. You know how it is down here in the South, man. So,
where you from? Alabama, Mississippi? Where you from?
When I tell you my whole life, it was man, listen, it was the one woman thing. When I was younger, man, I didn't care. But then as I got older, then you're in high school, you have several girlfriends, kissing, having sex in the car, all that stuff. Done it. But then when you get older, and I started taking the advice of my dad. He's a minister, serious. So I'm having to literally.
I'm not letting somebody else tell me what to do with my dick, bro. There is no advice. Nope. That's advice I can't take.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Hold on.
Very serious.
Wait, so you say your dad would say what?
So he'd be like, man, you just need one woman, but then he'll have bitches on the side while he married, So it's like,
your dad is a hypocrite.
My dad has a harem, man. He is.
So H, what does that tell you about monogamy and sexual exclusivity? What does that tell you?
Oh, listen, K-Zach, I agree with you. I have not disagreed. It is a man-made, man-forced term. I'm with you.
Let me tell you something.
Trust me.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And I don't, guys, women, y'all can have any type of relationship that you want. I don't try and funnel nobody to any type of relationship. But I will tell you, I think monogamy is one of the fakest shit. I'm just keeping it real. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? And look, let me tell you, because I don't want people to be like, well, who hurt you? To my knowledge, I've never been cheated on. I'm not saying that I haven't been cheated on, but to my knowledge, I've never caught a woman cheating on me. So I don't know what that feels like, right? So my mindset doesn't come from that vantage point of being cheated on. I don't know what it feels like.
Right.
But I've been a side dude a bunch of fucking times, right? And damn near every nigga that I've ever known and kicked it with, all them niggas was cheating on their women. You know what I'm saying? And damn near every woman I know has been cheated on by at least one boyfriend. I mean, goddamn it. Okay, I don't know nobody that say I had a 20-year relationship and the shit was fake. I don't know nobody that got that story, right? But not only that, you cannot prove fidelity. Where can you prove it at?
Right. Exactly.
Dave G with the 5. The bid being put in is also the offer of dick being put in. I'll hear your mouth. Facts. Go ahead. Y'all got it.
No, but to your point, KZ, you're 100% right. It's been plenty of times where I'll be, I'm going to just shoot it straight. I'll be balls deep, and I got to think about a bitch I just met. I'm just keeping it 100 with you to finish, you know, like if I was in a relationship. So if my mind, I'm being transparent. Like I'll be thinking about
women do it too. You don't think women think about other niggas' dicks when they fucking some niggas? You don't think they do it too? You don't think a chick who was at the strip club watching the male strippers, you don't think they fantasy? Come on, bro. Women do it too.
That's a lot to learn.
Don't let women lie to you.
Learn.
Yeah.
But like Miles said, what Miles said was true. And what you said is I have to believe in myself that, you know, my words are my words. This is who I am. And so a lot of that is having to redefine. I mean, Miles, you hit it dead on the head. It's based on, like, for instance, I was at Walmart today, and it was a chick I saw, man, body, just what I like. I like slender chicks. I'm a bigger guy, so I just like the slim one. And so I saw a slim one, you know, R. Lennox looking chick. I was like, oh, shit. Well, we was a bunch of people around. Me, I'm so worried about how other people would perceive me hollering at her in the middle of Walmart that I didn't say anything.
Exactly.
And so what you said was 100% correct. I want to make, not that you doubted what you were saying. I'm just letting you know that, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That I was so concerned with how I'm being perceived by others who have been a girl.
Right.
I missed out. I really rejected myself. She didn't reject me. I rejected myself.
Right.
And
so, caller, real quick. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
No. I'm listening.
Okay, real quick. Let me just read this joint. How you see yourself is what truly matters. It doesn't matter what she thinks. Facts. She will make the conscious decision to either see you the way you see yourself or she doesn't. Either way, be you. And this is facts. This is, guys, when we talk about being compatible, all that means is how you see yourself is how the woman see. Now, I got to be careful, because if you see yourself as a weak motherfucker, then that's not a good thing. But if you see yourself as a sexually appealing, assertive, dominant man, you consider yourself that guy. Not every woman is going to view you like that. But the women that do view you like that, those are going to be the women that make things easier for you. Those are going to be the women that fall in line with how you're trying to move more often than not, exceptions aside. And I want to say this real quick. I want guys to understand something. Not everybody is built to be direct with women. No matter how much we talk about it, some of y'all gonna go to your grave just some scary motherfuckers. Right. Ain't never gonna stop being scary. Right. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. Like, guys are just scary. And my thing is, women love sex. Just understand that. And guys, I'm not telling you to be a player, because some of y'all can't do that. Some of y'all don't have the ruthlessness in your heart to be you got to be a ruthless nigga to be a player. You don't got to be mean, but you got to be ruthless. But y'all got it.
You do. I wanted to ask this though. So I guess, well, I wanted to point this out. In my entire life, right, I probably had maybe about 4 different women that made it very easy. Well, I'm talking about we fucked on the first night. Well, you know me, I'll go chop it up with a friend, so-called, and I'll tell man, we fucked last night, man. It's like I ain't have to do nothing. My upbringing, that was considered a hoe. So when I tell you I'm having to relearn Everything is like, wait a minute. You saying a woman not giving you bullshit, not making life difficult is a bad thing? That's what I've been taught, like, or watched my entire life. Like, I watch people judge women, and so then I started judging them. Like, oh damn, she giving it.
It's learned behavior. It's learned behavior. Judging women is learned behavior.
Yep.
It is, man. I'm telling you, that's why. So that's why when you were saying, when we were talking about how I couldn't say that because my whole life, you know, and I went to college, so I understand the roots of religion and all that now. But I'm saying it's hard to unlearn what you've been, you know, in bed with for 18 years. But now that I came across y'all within the last year, it's like an awakening.
So call it here's the truth. And both men and women need to realize this. If you have a healthy sexual appetite or a healthy sex drive, right? Whether you are a man or a woman, you're going to be attracted to individuals of the opposite sex who are also very sexual. A woman wants a sexual man.
Mm-hmm.
A man wants a sexual woman. But you try to deny this. So peep game. You heard of the Madonna whore complex, right?
Never. Tell me.
Okay, so that's what your father is living at, right? Where he marries one woman he thinks is one way, and then he fucks a woman on the side that he thinks is another way. Does that make sense?
Okay, right.
So he think, so my wife, hey, you know, I'm gonna treat her like this. You know, she's the woman I'm gonna parade around town with my wife. But these are my whole. Hey, real quick, listen, hold on. These are my whores. Because the reason why he has those women like that, because those are the women he's actually the most sexually attracted to.
Right.
This is the real reason why niggas be having side chicks, right? Same reason why chicks be having side dudes, because those are the guys they are really the most sexually attracted to. See, don't let women fool you. See, the reason why, and shout out real quick, let me just say this. The movie Accountant 2 with Ben Affleck and whoever the fuck else is in it, right? In that movie, they were talking about some real shit that you see on the internet. They were talking about dating profiles and apps. And Ben Affleck's character says, you know, I had to trick the algorithm because, yeah, women say publicly they want commitment and marriage, but they always swipe on the bad guys. Those are the guys who they have sex with. Right. And it's true because women will always gravitate to the men they are sexually attracted to first. Every fucking time. And for you guys, the fact when you speak to women, you should know this. So how you speak to them should change with that understanding. Y'all got it.
So when you say speak to them with the understanding, that's where learning the game comes in. And being sexual, you being able to convey the sweet wine or the bitter wine, as Miles, you know, we call this one the sweet wine. But you being able to convey that in that moment with her versus being indirect like I have been in the past where I'm going, let's get in a relationship, man. I just did some crazy shit, man. I used to just go get in a relationship. Not even know nothing about them, just to fuck. Dude, I'm telling you, man, listen.
That's rough.
It's terrible. It's Charles Barkley terrible.
A whole relationship.
But anyway, man,
a whole relationship just to smash.
A whole relationship. Didn't know my value, man. Didn't understand just the presence of a man, how important it is, man.
That's crazy.
You know, yeah. But salute to y'all, man. Jump back in.
I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for calling in and being a part of the conversation. Yes, sir. 503, you could call back if you want to. 503, go ahead and call back. And guys, go ahead and call in 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. Go ahead and call in. Let me see. Jillian with the $5. She says, we appreciate you. We appreciate you too. Thank you very much. All right. But yeah, man, perception is a hell of a thing. And the way you see yourself is the most important. Because the way you see yourself will dictate, like I said, a lot of the small things that you may not realize you're doing. Like, great example. Shout out to Mr. Justin. So we were on the Monday night Zoom call the other day, and one of the guys was asking a question, and he actually asked Mr. Justin a question about like presents, right? And it was interesting because the dude asking the question, he like fidgets with his hair and shit. And Mr. Justin called that out. He was like, I know you're not sure of some of the things that you say. And the reason why I know that, or something like that, he said to that effect. I might be misquoting him just a little bit, but he was like, I know that you have a certain issue with your presence because you're fidgeting with your hair. You understand? The dude was fidgeting with his you know, like twirling his braids or some shit like that. And I was like, yo, and the way Mr. Justin pointed it out, it was very interesting. And the crazy part is that the kid, you know, the guy asking the question, he didn't even realize it because it's something that he does through habit. You see what I'm saying? It's something that he does through habit. And a lot of people do, you know, a lot of people, like, they might rub their arm, or they might, like, you know, stroke their beard, or, you know, do some, you know, rub their hands together like this. A lot of that stuff is a telltale sign that you are seeking comfort in an uncomfortable situation. So you might be in front of a chick, you know, saying whatever you saying, trying to sound cool like Mr. Lucario because you heard him say it on the show, or you heard him say it on the Bad Boy membership or something like that. But the whole time you're like fidgeting, like you're like nervous, or you're like scratching, or I just came over here to talk to you because you know, I wasn't sure, and you just seem weird. Shout out to William Kahn. He said, with online dating, I use a line that gets a positive response 95% of the time. Not worried about the 5% that don't like it. Appreciate the game. Facts.
That's what I'm saying. Look, if you're a basketball player, I'm only concerned with the shots that I make, not with the shots that I miss. Like I missed it. It's done. What the fuck can I do about it?
Real talk.
Right? But them shots that I'm hitting, they count for something. There might be some game winners and game ties in the motherfuckers, right? So, my bad, Miles. Go ahead, fam.
Oh, no, I was good.
Okay, real quick, there's a question, I believe. Let me snack that motherfucker up. So he says, cigar to the panel, any tips on how to overcome negative self-talk, not only dealing with ladies, but also life in general? This is what I would tell you. Guys, I'm going to keep it real with you. Some of you guys' questions, they're in-depth questions.
Right.
Like, this is the type of question you would have to have a private conversation with myself, Miles, or whomever. You know what I'm saying? You would have, because, guys, a lot of times you guys have deep-seated issues that go back. You know what I'm saying? Years, it can go back to a bad breakup. It can go back to when you was made fun of by girls in high school, or whatever the fuck it is. Right? Yep. And as a grown man, you shouldn't be dealing with that at this time. You need to get over that shit. But some of y'all haven't gotten over it. Like, some of y'all, you know, rejection or breakups, it fucks with you.
Right. So we got 757. You are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got your host, K-Zag, and we got Miles, name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yeah, my name is Jay Swayze, 41, Virginia.
All right. How can we help you, bro?
Yeah, I'm calling because I was on the show with Lucario and Steve, but I guess I can talk to you guys, see you guys can give me a better understanding. So I was telling them that when I, approach girls, I pretty much let them know off the top I want to, have sex.
Uh-huh.
Well, Steve was basically saying it was coming off as desperate.
Okay, brother.
Wait. Just ask the question, man. Leave Steve out of this. Just ask your question, brother.
Thank you.
Okay. Is it desperate to tell a girl you want to have sex then?
Okay, that's not your question. That's not really your question. Is it desperate?
Yeah.
Right.
No, what you really want us to say, you want us to kind of go in another direction that Steve's going and say that Steve is wrong. That's what you want us to say. And that's not going to happen.
No, that's not what it is. That's definitely not what it is. I want y'all
okay, caller, check this out. No, I'm gonna help you about perceptions. I'm gonna give you a lesson about perceptions, right? And shout out to Miles with your language exposes you, because you came in and you said Steve said, knowing
right.
that we rock with Steve heavy. So you that might not be your intention, but it's almost like you're pitting Steve against us. Well, Steve said, what do y'all say? You know what I'm saying? And we can't do that. That might not be your intent, but that's the perception you're given. So when we say women see you differently than how you see yourself. So let's say, for the sake of argument, you wasn't trying to do that. But based on what you said, that's how it came across. So you see how you can miscommunicate yourself?
Right. My thing is, caller, take everything back to your original question before you even spoke to anyone else. Just go back to your original question.
Okay, this is my question. My question is for me talking to girls and being upfront about sex. Is me being upfront about sex is being, like I said, desperate or needy or anything like that?
Okay, so what do you say to the girls when you meet them?
Well, usually when I meet them, I walk up to them and I tell them, I say, excuse me, you haven't had the opportunity to meet me yet. My name is Jay. What's your name?
Mm-hmm.
They tell me their name. I say, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I like the way you look. And for me, I'm a truck driver, so I'm in and out of state. But when I'm in this state, I like to hook up with you whenever I'm in this state.
Okay.
And so I get girls that be like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Like I get a lot of no's.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking every time I do that, like, am I giving a desperation like every time I do that?
Okay. Well, see,
that's what I'm trying to say.
So let me ask you a question. Have you always heard no every single time?
Well, not every time. And
okay. So here's the thing. The reason why you're calling in is because you are allowing the women that say no to cause you to doubt the things that you say and the things that you want. That's what's really happening. And that is where your desperation is coming from.
Yep.
It's not you asking them the question. It's you doubting yourself because some women tell you no. Let me ask you this, caller, and be sensible. Do you think that every woman is going to say yes to what you have to say?
Oh, no.
Okay,
not
so all right. So cool. As long as you understand that not every woman is going to say yes, then why would you be forced to question yourself and the things that you desire?
Yep.
Well, like I said in the beginning, is that because every time I meet a woman, I run that same line every time because that's what I want to do. So
okay,
I'm constantly doing that a lot. I'm doing that a lot to the point where it's fucking with me because I'm getting girls that be like no all the time, or I get girls that be like, we can do that, but we have to do something else.
Okay.
And I don't want to necessarily do anything else.
Caller. Hold on, caller. Real quick, brother. Real quick. If I'm a batter, right? Shout out to my Yankees, right? If I'm a batter, I'm batting, and I go to the plate 50 times, and I strike out 50 times, I have to change something. I have to change. I either have to change not swinging at bad pitches, or I have to change something, right? So if you're approaching women and nine times out of 10, or most of the time, women are saying no to, and you got a line that you use, this predetermined line that you utter out of your mouth, then something ought to tell you maybe you should retire that shit and come up with something different. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he said not every woman tell him no. He said not every woman tell him no, though.
Okay. So caller, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you had sex?
Probably like 2 months ago.
Okay, bro, there's nothing to be ashamed of, bro. It's all right, bro. There's niggas listening right now, they ain't had sex in years, if at all. It's okay. It's okay. Right? Now, here's the thing, though. Okay, so it's about 2 months ago. So did you have sex right away with that woman? Did you have to date that woman? What happened with that woman?
No, with that woman, we had sex right away.
Right away. And you said the same line, right?
Yeah, the same. I don't switch up. I say the same thing.
Okay, then it's not about your words. You're just running into women who are not sexually attracted to you. See, this is what I want guys to understand. Okay, I want you to think about something. And shout out to Elle and Miles. I know they've talked about this during the live streaming about the ebbs and flows of dating, right? I'll just use myself as an example, caller. There was times, like in a 3-4 month stretch, where I couldn't miss. I felt like I was fucking a new chick every weekend. Sometimes twice, two new chicks in one weekend. Then it was like a month where like nobody fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody even, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I went from that high to that, and it ebbs and flows, and you can't be mad at it right? But you can't allow sex to be so much a part of your life that you get sexually frustrated because you're not fucking, and then you start making bad decisions with women.
Okay.
All right,
I get the
here's the question. Here's the question, Carla. What do you want to happen?
What I want is to not feel like I'm desperate when the women who I do approach are, and they be like, no. Inside of me is, I think like maybe I should have did this differently. I don't want to feel that way. I don't feel like why I feel desperate. Like that's the question. Like why I feel like sometimes I'm desperate when I talk to some women when I do it like that.
But where did this idea of desperation come from?
I think because when I keep, when I just basically make it about sex, and I keep getting told no, and by me getting told no, it makes me want to keep going. But then I'm thinking that keep going, is that a desperation because I just want sex? Or it's like I got to keep going because that's just what you're supposed to do anyway because you're not going to get off of them anyway.
Caller, here is the problem. You have what I like to refer to as conditional confidence. Meaning you only have confidence when something happens good to you, right? That's the only time you have confidence. So the reason why it bothers you so much,
I agree with that.
Listen, brother, listen. The reason why it bothers you so much because women actually agreeing to fuck you makes you feel good about yourself, and then when they don't, you feel the opposite about yourself. But go ahead.
No, I can agree with that. I can agree.
I know because you're not a confident man, really. You're really not, because you need the validation of the woman to make you feel manly. Yeah, a woman wants me. Let me ask you a question. How old are you again?
41.
41. When was the last time you had a fuck buddy, and how long did it last? Where it was just sex, no dating, where you were just fucking a chick, dropping off dick like Uber Eats, and that's it. Has that ever happened? How long ago did it happen, and how long ago did it last?
Man, I think I was like 35 when I stayed in Arizona.
Okay.
That was it, man. I had one girl I met online, and any place I was at, she'll drive and come see me. We'll have sex every single time.
See, and I think part of you, if you really thought about it, part of you feels some type of way because you can't replicate that.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
That's exactly what it is. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So what happened to that? What happened to that woman? You stopped dropping loads in that city?
Well, I moved to Virginia, so I don't even. That was, like I said, I was 35. I'm 41 now, so that was a while ago.
Right. Okay.
Well, has anything drastically changed about you? Has anything drastically changed about you? You know, did you lose a leg, nigga? Some teeth fall out? Anything? What happened to you?
No, what happened is I don't even want to blame it on me being on the East Coast, but that's kind of like how I feel about it. Because the West Coast, I was getting girls like crazy. The East Coast is not working out like that.
Well, man, look. The only other thing I would say is, and maybe if you wanted to get on a call, maybe we could like really get into some detail. But you might want. I don't know. I don't really think it's what you're saying. Exactly. It might be the type of places you say it, or the type of women you say it to, or this. Shout out to Lucario because he has a program on the Bad Boy membership called How to Recognize Patterns. Because, right now you're saying about women on the East Coast versus women on the West Coast. Well, what is it about the women on the West Coast that you were meeting and approaching that, that they were more inclined with your suggestions as opposed to the women on the East Coast? Like, what is it specifically? Not just that they're from the East Coast, but what about these women? You understand what, the socioeconomic factors, the race factors, that
matters. That matters.
A certain ethnicity, a certain culture, a bitch that you might meet at a truck stop as opposed to a convenience store, or it's just a lot of different things, man. So you got to start noticing things about your environment and about yourself and start being more strategic.
Right. my thing. This is my thing. Okay, versus the West, East Coast, whatever. You know, I'm a black man, whatever the case may be. Being on the West Coast, from my experience, going to be on the West Coast, it was too easy for me. Hispanic chicks, white chicks, black chicks, native chicks, it was too easy. Being back home on the East Coast,
I get
it's
it.
like I'm not understanding what's going on.
No, I get it. I think I get it. I think I get it. Caller, I think I get it. Correct me if I'm wrong. What it sounds like you're saying is that when you was on the West Coast, you was used to chicks kind of throwing it at you. Is that accurate?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what typically happens to a lot of guys. When you are used to women who are kind of instantaneously attracted to you at hello, and you're getting that all the time, right? What happens is because once you know a woman wants to fuck you off rip, you don't have to really say a whole lot. You just set it up and make it happen, right? So if you're constantly used to doing that, you never really develop a mouthpiece because it's just easy pussy, right? So if you're not used to really,
let me say this real quick. When I was in the West Coast, right, from my 20s up to 35, I would just walk up to a girl, you know, Hispanic chick or whoever the case may be, and they'll be like, in their eyes, they looking like, damn, like, who is this? And it just happened so easily. So I just walk up to them, tell them my name.
Yes.
I used to say shit like, you know, you got a boyfriend, and some of them did have boyfriends, but they still fought with me because they was feeling me, whatever it was.
Okay,
East Coast,
so here we go.
I don't know what's going on. It's not like that.
Okay, so all right, so I live in San Antonio, right? And when I very first moved to San Antonio, I felt like I was in Mexico with so many goddamn Latin women here, right? I'm like, goddamn, I never seen so many, right? But I might have seen like 2 in my whole life, you know what I'm saying, before I got to San Antonio, right? So, because I lived in DMV, you know what I'm saying, for a good part of my adolescent years, right? So my point is this: women love niggas. Latin women, Latinas, they love niggas. So it is. So I caller, I hear what you're saying, but you're just running into Latin women who love niggas, but they also happen to like you, right? So if you're dealing with black women who love black men, but they're not fucking with you, it's because they don't like you. It's not because of the coast that you're on. It's not that. You're just running into women who aren't feeling you for whatever reason. That's all. But go ahead, Miles.
Man, I get you, man.
The bottom line, though, I mean, is to you gotta stay positive and not let whatever women say force you to doubt yourself. Because that's all. No matter what you think or what you say, that plays into your ability to attract when you're meeting women. Okay, because they can tell that you feel a way about what you're about to say because the last chick said no. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like they can feel because a lot of you guys, when you go up to talk to women, and I've been there before too, it's kind of like this thing where you're bracing for impact. So you're not going to say the words as confidently as you would have said it if you didn't worry about the impact. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like think about Cole. Have you ever sparred or like slap boxed or boxed any at all?
Yeah, slap box.
You slap box. Now, think about the difference between. Think about how you would act slap boxing if you was afraid to get slapped, and think about how you act slap boxing if you just don't give a fuck.
No, I see.
You understand the difference, right? The dude that's afraid to get slapped, he gonna be a little bit more timid with his movements, and he not gonna want to. You get what I'm saying? But the nigga that don't give a fuck, he's going 100%, and he's smacking the shit out of anybody. And if he leaves himself open to get smacked, then so be it. But he know that he taking some skin home with him. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem when you know there's a lot of guys out there. I just told y'all a story about me making an offer in the supermarket and the chick letting me know that she wasn't with it. That did not ruin my day. That did not stop me from doing anything that I wanted to do with my life. You understand what I'm saying? You guys got to be able to have that thick skin. And honestly, that's why some women not feeling you is important, because you need to develop the ability to persevere. You need to develop the ability to keep going in life in general. You know what I'm saying? Stop letting this shit defeat you.
There you have it.
I get it. I think I think what it is, like I said, it been 2 months, and I'm the type of guy where it don't go that long without me getting some. So
hey,
what
bro,
now?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, bro. You gotta. Okay, bro. You gotta be. So you had sex. Okay, so the woman you had sex with 2 months ago, you only had sex once. What happened with that?
No, we like the woman I was with 2 months ago was a whole relationship, and then we broke up, and then we're just doing the sex thing for a while, and then I cut it off because I want to fuck other females, and she wasn't down with that.
Okay, so how long were y'all in a relationship for?
2 years.
Okay, so prior to the 2 years, so were you cheating on her at all?
Oh no, hell no.
Cool. This what's up. So prior to the 2 years, were you having casual sex with women, or were you just hopping from one relationship to the next? What were you doing?
Yeah, I was in one relationship at the next. That's how I was.
That's okay. That's part of your problem. That's part of your problem. Okay, this is just my opinion. Okay, so you one of these serial monogamists that we talked about last week and shit. All right. So what happens a lot of times, guys, when you guys are relationship minded like that, and there are women who think like this too. When you are relationship minded like that, part of it is because you don't like to be alone. Right? When you hop from one relationship to the next, a lot of that has to do with loneliness. You don't want to be alone, right? So the unfortunate thing about that is you never really learn to deal with people without all the emotions being involved. Does that make sense? So if you're jumping, like part of the reason why you can't replicate, and it's your fault. Now that you're saying what you're saying, part of the reason why you can't replicate what you did in Arizona is because you keep trying to make these bitches your girlfriends. That's why. Instead of just, guys, I promise you, I'm not lying to you. There are women out here who are down to have just sex and they're cool with just some dick. But I have to tell you, if you don't know how to fuck, it ain't gonna work. And Carl, I'm not talking to you specifically. What I'm saying is, if you are good in bed, because in order for you to say to a woman, I'm just giving you dick, nothing else, there has to be incentives for her to say okay to that. And part of that, your dick has to be good. A woman can get behind some good dick if that's all she gonna get is dick, right? However, when you introduce all these emotions and feelings into it, you're fucking up your own situations for casual sex encounters. But y'all got it.
All right, caller.
All right, man.
But yeah, don't sound so defeated, man. It's gonna be all right. Just keep doing your thing. Keep meeting them. Keep meeting them, man. It's a numbers game. And here's the thing too, like K-Zach said, stop doing it with the expectation of what you had before. You understand? Give every new experience the opportunity to be just that, a new experience. Okay?
I got you.
All right, man.
There you go.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in. Take it easy, man. All right, guys, call in. Go ahead and call in 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300. Go ahead and call in. Let me see. We ain't really got that much time.
We're about to wrap this shit up.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was that crazy.
There are no questions. Guys, y'all got 7 minutes to get in some questions. And if they booty, I'm skipping right past them. I'm just letting you know. Right, so you better ask some good questions. You got 7 minutes to do it.
Yeah, already killed the so yeah, if you want to put. Yep.
Cool. Guys, I got 7 minutes. Real quick, Daniel Wilson says, no mouthpiece, easy interactions. What?
No mouthpiece.
Easy interactions.
Okay.
I feel like your thought is incomplete. I feel like that's a run-on sentence and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I made a C in grammar and English. Shit, nigga. Fuck that. I'm making all my A's and PE and art, nigga. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. But anyway, let me stop talking shit. I think we already did that. Did you answer this, Miles?
Cigars to the panel. Any tip? This negative self-talk. Yeah, get on the masculine identity membership for 99 cents, man. We always be talking about that. That's usually end up being a part of the conversation on the Zoom call. So, let's call and be a part of that, man. I mean, yeah, join for 99 cents. Just type in the discount code SUMMER in the checkout page, and then you could join for 99 cents.
I was thinking, Miles, and this is a good question. Last week, it would have been a booty question, but today is a good question. So I was actually thinking about this shit a couple of days ago. And I was thinking about this shit test that women think so-called do.
Mm-hmm.
And I want guys to think about something. If you encounter a woman, for instance, who is down to just have sex,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't necessarily give a fuck about trying to be your next girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't automatically view you as that guy, but she's attracted to you, what she may do is say some things to you to see if you're the clingy type, or if you're the type who's gonna keep it cool. Right. Let me show you a video to prove what I mean. I hope I didn't delete this shit. I always be deleting shit. I'll be ready to show shit, and I'll be deleting shit. Did I delete it? I know I kept it. There we go, girl.
Let me tell you something. Having feelings sometimes with a nigga is an inconvenience. It's a motherfucking inconvenience, especially when you're not looking for a nigga to be your motherfucking man. Like, come on, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't lose your cool points and shit. All because now you caught up on some motherfucking pussy, bitch. You get what I'm saying? And don't lose your motherfucking cool points, nigga, because, you want to fall in love and shit, you know? I wasn't out here looking for love. Now I got to discard you. Now I got to get rid of you. Now I got to move on, you know? Now my body count got to go up. all because you want to catch motherfucking feelings. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all feelings be an inconvenience to a bitch. It's just an inconvenience like a motherfucker, because I got to go out here now and go find me another motherfucking nigga who okay with the conditions, the terms and the motherfucking conditions, bitch.
See? And a lot. You said what? Go ahead.
She right though.
She's 100% right. She's 100% right. Yeah, Wicked Scorpion, I know, but I like a chick who's honest though. Look, like her voice ain't really my shit, but I think I can fuck with it because she's honest. Like I can fuck with a bitch who's straight. Look, let me tell y'all something. The best women to fuck with are women who talk like her. I don't care what nobody. And when I say talk like her, I don't mean the voice. I mean who are straight up with. Look, I'm not trying to fall in love with you. I don't care if you date me or not. Can I just have your dick from time to time? When chicks say that, I'm like, I'm in love. I'm in love that you said that to me, right? But guys, real quick. So he says, how to stop easily getting annoyed when a woman tries. So sometimes a woman will test you to see, damn, if he's acting like this now, how is he gonna act when we actually have sex? This guy gonna be clingy, he gonna be bugging me, because that's a problem that some women have. And let me say this, and I talked about this on a video I dropped maybe about a week ago. Casual sex encounters is actually alluring to a lot of women because of the in and out, the ease of access. I can get some dick and keep it pushing, right? And because sometimes women don't, like she said, I don't want to fall in love today, right? And I'm not looking for a boyfriend. And even if a woman does want to be booed up, that doesn't mean she wants you to be the next guy that's her boo. Sometimes a woman just wants to fuck you. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. And if you're the type of guy where you don't indulge in casual sex, then just keep it moving. But if you're the guy who indulges in casual sex, nigga, why you tripping? Play your position and play it well. Play it well. Like guys, don't. Now, you should always be dictating shit, because she talked about terms and conditions. You should be the one setting the terms and conditions, right? So I remember, Miles, I had a chick one time, we was talking. I guess she liked what I was saying. She was like, oh my God, I like you. I think you might be my new fuck buddy. Who says you gonna be my new fuck buddy? I don't slow your roll, right? So I'm not letting her dictate shit. I like what she said because she feeling me that much, even though we ain't even fucked yet, right? Because she moving too fast. Like, we gotta have sex first before we even talk about that. Right. But again, guys, you should not be annoyed with women. If a woman isn't moving how you, I get how you might get annoyed with women. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna hold you. But you shouldn't be showing it. Because we're human. Look. Women are annoying creatures, right? And some of you motherfuckers are too, right? But it doesn't mean you always got to show it though, right? That's why y'all should not be debating women on dates, trying to give women their comeuppance. Go ahead, fam. You got it.
You know, the thing is, and this is what I was telling y'all on earlier in the show when I was saying the game really starts when you're in a relationship, and I mean that not just boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife. I mean fuck buddy too. You understand? Because you need the thing is that a woman needs to know that you're calm and confident and comfortable, right? Because how is she gonna be willing to share her body with you if you're not a comfortable dude? You understand? Like how, it's a lot of women are super insecure for a lot of different reasons. And with that being said, a woman needs to know that you are secure before she can be vulnerable with you. But because no matter what it is, again, even if it's just fuck buddy, she gotta get naked around you, right? She gotta, share bodily fluid with you, right? She needs to know that you're at least mentally comfortable, that you're calm, that you're not a excitable type of nigga, that you're, that you are in a good state of mind where she can have some level of trust, because you're leading the situation. You're the one that's going to be dicking her down. You're the one that's going to be penetrating her. You understand? So she needs to know to a certain extent that you got shit covered, at least mentally, at least from a socially confident area of your heart and mind. She needs to know that. So a lot of you dudes who, like the average nigga who a chick would reject them on the street, and then they just start flipping on a bitch like, well, fuck you then, bitch. I ain't like you anyway. That's why your pussy stink and blah, blah. Like a nigga like that, he's not going to get pussy like that.
And he don't deserve pussy. A nigga like that don't deserve no pussy.
It's the type of dude where a chick might reject you, but another chick see how you respond and how cool you were in the interaction. And then you might walk past her and then she'll catch your eye or something like that. And then y'all end up talking because she sees that if shit don't phase you, that means you're comfortable. That means you're confident. And if you're confident in yourself, then she can be confident in you. Remember, I said, whatever you give a woman, she magnifies. So if you give, like even the caller just now, even the Bible dude, I mean, not just now, the one before that, the holiness dude. And he was like, oh, well, am I going to come off creepy? Is it going to come across this way? Is it going to come across that way? Look, the fact that you're worried about how it's going to come across, like, all right, for example, you think if you are balls deep in a woman and you're sitting there asking yourself, I wonder if my strokes is coming off sexy enough for her. See, the thing is, if you don't already know, if you don't already have the level of confidence that your erection is good enough and you are putting in that stroke game and she like it, if you don't already have that mentality, then you're not gonna be a good fuck buddy. You're not going to make a good sexual partner, period.
Okay,
so if you're worried, real quick, if you're worried about how your words come off, then that probably means you're worried about how everything else about you come off. So how the fuck I'm supposed to trust that you got a confident stroke game when you ain't got no confident mouthpiece? But you got it, Kate.
No, I heard women complaining that men aren't men anymore, that men aren't consistent, men aren't take charge. I heard that women say, that men don't know how to fuck. So I'm out here just trying to prove them wrong. I'm just being a good Samaritan. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to prove them wrong. Like, ladies, I heard y'all talking shit. Look, let me show you. It's fabricated. It's not true. That's all I'm doing out here. I'm trying to help the ladies out. You know what I'm saying? I sound like I'm being facetious, but I'm being for real, because women, by and large, don't approach men. It's not to say that women don't, but for a woman to approach you and throw some pussy at you, she got to feel some type of way upon looking at you, right? And most guys, you just don't have that kind of cachet, right? So with that being said, the only time women can really get sex or even get into a relationship, the man has to initiate everything.
Right.
Exactly. So I'm just out here initiating, Miles. I'm just initiating.
Exactly.
On that note, man, let's get up out of here.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to plug before we get up out of here?
Yeah, real quick, guys, make sure you go to Cunningham Elements to get your soaps, to get your fragrance, to get your pre-order for the shea butter, man. And yeah, man, look, it's a dope ass website. Just go over there because it looks good. You know what I'm saying? Cunningham Elements. Make sure y'all check that out. Of course, go to badboymembership.com and check out Mr. Lucario's membership, man. Because look, you got to make this, and you have to make it a lifestyle. Like, you can't act like talking to a woman is a big deal. Once you do that, then it's going to be hard for you to attract them. You understand? And then beyond that, make sure you go to masculineidentitymembership.com, where you could join the Masculine Identity Membership for 99 cents for the first month. You will have access to all 4 Zoom calls for the month. And yeah, man. And you can consider upgrading to the other tiers if you want more content, but you get it for 99 cents for the first month, and you could be a part of the Zoom calls. Just go to the checkout page and type in the discount code SUMMER. And yeah, man, appreciate y'all, man. K-Zag, as always, it's a pleasure and a great opportunity to be a part of the show, man. All right.
There you go. And on the way out the door, do leave a like and subscribe. Hit that little bell. Shout out to all the ladies. I love seeing the ladies show up. See, when ladies show up, even though we talking this real shit and they still show up, that's how you know that what we saying is some real shit when ladies show up in the chat. And they show up on their best behavior, all pleasant, showing mad deference to niggas. Appreciate you, ladies. Look, enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. Tomorrow, Real Game No Theory, 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
All right. Peace.